Hi Loopers, I'm Kim Russo. I'm the director of AGLCA. Thanks for checking out this video. We are bringing this to you today because we know there's lots of questions about the new website that we released about a week ago. Since that time, the focus has primarily been on the problems with the discussion forum, and rightfully so. We know that's a very important feature to all of you, and we know we don't have it quite set up the way that it should be. So we are putting as much time, energy, and resources into that as is possible at this point. What we want to do today, though, is to really start to move that focus to what is new and improved on the site, because there really are a lot of benefits to the new platform that we're on. The video we're going to show you is a demonstration, kind of at a high level. We tried to keep it fairly short. We will, in the coming weeks, be doing more of a tutorial / webinar that really dives into these features and how you can make the most of them on the site. But this is to get that ball rolling and to start to show you what's available to you and how to use it. So take a look at it. Keep in mind that everything you see is being shown on a laptop computer. The same features are available to you through a mobile browser, although they might look a little bit different. Again, as we move towards tutorials and webinars, we will also include showing some of that on mobile devices so that you can become familiar with that. If you have any questions, always reach out to us. There's a contact form at the greatloop.org website, or you can email us at info@greatloop.org. We hope you like this video, and we are here to answer whatever questions or concerns you have. Thanks, everyone. So let's jump right into the site itself. I am already logged in here as a member. So just to kind of demonstrate the front end of the site, I think you'll find it's actually very similar in navigation to the previous site, and that is something we'll be working on for the next release. But for the interim, you've got your information menu, which is very similar to the previous version. And most of these menu items are pretty self-explanatory. I do want to point out the harbor guides, which were accessible before, but we've just made them a little bit easier to find. And this is an area where our harbor hosts and other members can upload and save documents for the rest of you to look at. So for example, an Atlantic City harbor guide was presented by the harbor host with just some details on what you might find at that port. We also occasionally save magazine articles and things like that that are specific to a location on the Great Loop when we think it has some valuable cruising and tourism information. So that's the kind of things that you will find here under your harbor guides. Again, not new information, but just a little bit easier to find. The members knowledge base was a newer feature on the old site, but did exist there. That is still being built out. But it is meant to house some of the frequently asked questions or the details that seem to recur in the forum on a regular basis. So that is what the knowledge base is, and more is being built out on that as soon as we can get some time available. Most of these, as I said, are not new. File library is a new page. Again, not new information, but just makes it a little bit easier for you to find some of the details. So we've got checklists and procedures, and those are all listed here for you to download and to modify to meet the needs of your own boat and your own procedures. Some frequently asked question and other treasures type information, and also some miscellaneous. So definitely come in and check that out when you have the opportunity. The interact menu on the previous site was called Connect. It was designed to be ways to connect with your fellow members. We've renamed it Interact because that seems a little bit more intuitive for many of you. So again, not too much new or different here, although the member directory is much more powerful and has some additional features. And I'm going to focus on that when we get to the next part of the site. Member benefits, not different, but definitely click there and check it out because it's details and links to all of the different member benefits. So if you have any questions about benefits, check that out there. Also, the discount page with all of the discount coupons is available from that. The route, also not a new area. The Great Loop map has been changed. We used to have markers on here for all of the sponsors and all of the harbor hosts. We didn't find it particularly user-friendly in that format, so we've modified this to show the route and include the best of designations. So you can filter on specific categories for best of, click on it, and the information on what a member submitted suggesting that that is a best of the loop was listed, and you can actually flip right through the different anchorages or whatever category you have selected. To submit a new best of the loop, and we always appreciate those. There's a form link right here. So definitely submit some of those as you finish the loop or as you work your way around the loop and have some favorites. The events menu is where all of the information about upcoming events is stored. The Charleston Looper Lifestyle Seminar registration opens today, in fact. The details are all here, and once registration opens at noon Eastern time today, this register button will actually do something except refresh the page. So keep that in mind. That is opening today. All of the details about the upcoming fall rendezvous, which registration opens fairly soon, are listed here. Shop menu, again, nothing new, but this is where you can purchase burgees. You must be logged in as a member to purchase a burgee, so keep that in mind. Clothing and gifts, books and maps, these both lead you off of our site to other vendors that sell GreatLoop related products. Clothing and gifts is actually an AGLCA set up store on another website that prints t-shirts, calendars, things like that on demand. And then the link to the classified ads actually takes you back to our previous site. We did not feel like the new platform was handling classified ads well. Rather than ask those who have posted classifieds to move their ads to this site and then have another change coming as an improvement, we decided to hold them on the old site. And when we have the best solution for the classified ads is when we'll make the move for that. So we're expecting that in an upcoming release. If you currently have a classified ad listed, your credentials for the old site should still work, but you will have to log in separately from where we are right now. If you're a member and did not previously place an ad, you will find instructions on that. You'll just need to email info@greatloop.org so we can get you log information. You don't have to log in to view ads. So this is a public page open to anyone who would like to check out our ads. So that is kind of the menu structure on the home page. Keep an eye as you're scrolling on the latest news at the bottom. This is where we will add important updates for our members. Also, of course, the calendar is an important thing. I do want to go back and point out one thing that I neglected to show you. Most of the pages on the site have this little bookmark button. And if you tap that, it allows you to save a bookmark to your account. And I want to save one of these. You can either share it so that others can see that you've saved this as a bookmark, or you can keep it private. But I just wanted to bookmark a page so when we look at the next part of the site, that information is there. The contact form here on the homepage and on all the pages is really the best way to ask us questions and get more information. This has a built-in customer relationship management system, or CRM, for those of you familiar with that. So we can track and assign your form requests, your questions that come through this contact us form. Your information, if you're logged in as a member, is automatically populated, so that's also helpful for you as well. But this way, the Homeport crew can assign that to different members of the team and make sure you get a quick response. So that, again, as I said, is the main part of the site. There is another portion to this site that is the community area. You'll know when you hit the community area because it looks pretty different from this main part of the site. And all of these links here in this My Profile section are links to the community area. That is the part that is probably extremely unfamiliar to everyone because it is brand new, and it was added because our member survey really told us that you wanted a more modern way to interact and connect with each other. So I'm going to hit the My Profile from the menu. I am logged in not to my main AGLCA account right now. This is kind of a non-admin account. So when you go to your profile, you will land here. Lots of options here, all unfamiliar. We will be doing a detailed tutorial about this in the coming week or so, as soon as we can get some time available. For now, I just wanted to give you a high-level overview of the features. So you've got My Feed. This pulls in member photos, all of the different things that you are subscribed to. So as we get to groups and you find out what those are and more about those, your group updates will be pulled into here. Forum updates are shown here. Members adding photos to their gallery are shown here, as you can see. This in particular was a new entry in the forum. So, but you can respond to it right here if you choose. It's kind of a quick way to reply to the forum. Again, your profile button, this is what members can see when they check out your profile. So you've got your contact information. People can see what groups you are a member of. And again, we'll get to more on that in just a minute. They can check out your photos. This is basically referred to as your wall, where you can post updates about what's going on. More details about you are on the edit screen. I'm sorry, on the about screen. This is what people can see, but that is, of course, editable. All the details are here. If you do not want to be shown in the directory, you can actually edit all of these settings. Again, edit button allows you to do that. And I want to pop into there for just a second, even though we're not doing a full tutorial today, because I want to show you how you can suppress just specific pieces of information. So if you don't want to be listed in the directory at all, you would select no, hide me from the directory. But if you do want to be in the directory but only show certain pieces of information, you can set this to yes to be shown. And then you have the choice. If you do not want, for example, your phone number to be available, you can click that and make it private. If you do not, sorry, just hit something random on my computer there at the bottom. If you don't want your physical address to be shown, you can make that private, and you can leave your city if you choose. So lots of flexibility, lots of options. This is also where you would change your username and password, and when you're finished with any of the changes, you save them. Accept the terms of use. You can pull this down and read them. We also have a link to tell you where you can download them if you choose. And then you save the changes and you are good to go. You can upload photos to here. You can also change your profile photo at any time by clicking edit, selecting a photo from your device, and that will become your profile photo. You can list a secondary person on your account. Julie Shea is one of our admins here, so she had been the secondary person on this account. She's showing us suspended because we removed her from that. But if you don't have anybody listed as a secondary on your account yet, you can do that right here. You'll see lots of options to do that. And then under the more option, you can create your own blogs to list here. You can also, that's the blog area. Let me just go back. You can also upload files and links. So this can really become a storage area for all of your looping related information. You can add a link by putting in the URL to a page. It can be off of the GreatLoop website, but perhaps there's a page on waterwayguide.com that you really want to save. You can put the URL here. You can name it whatever you'd like. And you can decide whether you want that only to be for you or whether you want to share that with other members. You can write a description. The terms of the upload basically says that you have the right to that information. And you're building your file library. You can also add files from your hard drive. If you just leave it on file instead of URL. So you're building there essentially your looping information specific to what you want to remember. You can come back and see, and you can share that with your fellow loopers. So it's really a pretty powerful feature to be able to store all that in one place. And then we save that bookmark on the front end. There is where your bookmarks to other pages on the GreatLoop site are going to be found. So those are some of the more powerful features of the profile. Moving on, you can message each other directly through the system, very easy to use. Connections, you can connect with anybody else who is on the system by sending them a connect request. Very easy to do. You can personalize it or not and just send it to them. Yes, all loopers are kind of connections with each other, but there certainly are some that you develop closer relationships with. You can categorize people as friends or acquaintances. You don't have to use this section, but you're of course welcome to. Groups is an important feature. Special interest forums on the previous version of the site are now groups because there's way more options for how you can connect with people in groups. So you can see groups you're already subscribed to, and if you were subscribed on the old site, you've automatically been subscribed on the new site. You can see the groups that you already subscribed to. You can leave the group if you choose. The group has its own quick links to a directory of just group members, to its own photo gallery and its own forum, but you can also click on that and type directly into the group feed. The groups that you are members of will be rolled up into your feed. So when you arrive at the site, you can come to my feed and any group activity will also be shown in here. And any groups available that you're not subscribed to are listed here. It's as easy as just hitting join group and you will be subscribed to that group. I also want to point out that we built some quick links from this community area. And again, you know you're in the community area when you're seeing this menu structure less colorful. The quick links take you to the forum, to the different searches, to a form to report your loop completion, and you can also return to the main site from here or by clicking on the logo. I want to show you the directories because these are much more powerful, as I said, than they were previously. To find a harbor host, you click there, and you can type in any bits of information or not. So if you know you want to find a harbor host and you're in South Carolina, very important to put the full state name because that's the way the addresses are stored. If you hit SC, for example, you will turn up no results. So keep that in mind. If I hit continue, it's going to show me that I'm searching for harbor hosts in South Carolina. You'll see that 18 records have been found, and that's kind of a lot. And perhaps I don't know if there's one near the town I'm in. So at that point, it makes sense to just start zooming in. And of course, you can tap on these buttons. Once you get to the people level, you can tap on any of them and see who that harbor host is. This one happens to be me. And if I tap that, I get to, and this is my admin profile, so it looks different than the one we were in, but you can see their immediate contact information here with email. You can also tap their about to see what other contact information is available about them. So a phone number should be there, etc. So that is how you very simply find a harbor host. This same search is linked from the front end of the site on the harbor host page. But from here, again, find a harbor host, put in the state or some identifying information and hit continue, and you find them in a couple of clicks. Similarly, the sponsor directory has been upgraded. So if you're looking for a delivery captain, you can select the boating instruction, delivery, and charters and search. You can fill in as many or as few fields as you choose. You'll see that 14 records are found. And as you begin to zoom in, you'll be able to tap and find that sponsor. You can also, of course, tap them here and be brought to their full profile where all of their details can be found. Many of them have uploaded some photos, lots of details here for you to look at and explore. The final thing I want to show you is the member directory. This is linked from the interact menu on the main part of the site or from the quick links here. The member directory is one of the huge improvements on this site. You can search by as many of these fields or as few of these fields as you choose. So suppose you were out cruising today and you saw a boat called Scout and you wanted to see who that belonged to. You can type that in, hit continue, the search will happen, and we have 6 people who have the word Scout somewhere in their boat name. I'm not going to click on any of them since this video is going to be posted. But returning to, so that's one example. Another example, let's say you're considering a boat in the 60-foot range for the loop, and you want to talk to somebody who's done the loop in a boat that big to kind of find out if there were any challenges to that. You can come to this boat length field and search for boats between, let's say, 58 and 62 feet. Loop status you can set to completed because you're looking for people who have actually done the loop in a boat that large. Hit continue, and you'll find that we have 15 records that match that criteria. Again, not going to zoom in on those because this video is being posted, but that's another example of how you can find things in this very robust member directory. You can search on boat make. So if you want to find anybody who's finished the loop more than once in a bayliner, you can do that search. And there's 5 people who are platinum loopers that did it in a bayliner. Another neat feature of the member directory is we get questions all the time of how many people are planning to do the loop in 2022. You can click on Fleet of 2022 and hit continue. And as of right now, 271 members have listed themselves as part of the fleet of 2022. So that's just, a few examples of the power of the member directory on this site. I think a great example of why we selected this platform. We know the focus has been on the issues with the forum, and as I said in the beginning, we are absolutely committed to working on those and fixing those, and that's why I have not focused on the forum today, simply because there are changes coming. All of these features are available through a mobile browser. Of course, the screens will look different as we work on some webinars and tutorials in the coming weeks. We'll do some that are specific to mobile devices. But in the meantime, if you need any assistance, we are always just a form submission, a phone call, or an email away. Again, this contact us form from the main site is the best way to reach out to us, but you can also email info@greatloop.org or give us a call. All of the contact information is here. And there is also information in the About AGLCA about reaching us. So enjoy the new site. We really do think that once we all get used to the change that comes with it, there are some great features here for you to experience. If you have any questions, we're here. Thanks, everyone.